TalkSport, please.
TalkSport from News Broadcasting. When you hop on the train with TransPennine Express, you can make every meetup that bit more. So forget just catching up for a coffee, catching your breath on a hike and having a brew somewhere new, or taking a stroll along the shore, then grabbing a ticket to the art gallery. Oh, and don't forget that film starts at 5, and not for tea too. Go on then, let's make the most of getting together across the north of Scotland. TransPennine Express, where next?
Install split systems, VRF, chillers or heat pumps? My dear, a juggernaut in HVAC, manufacturing over 60 million systems per year and global sponsor of Manchester City, wants to make you our next MyPro signing. Win more, earn faster. That's the My Dear idea.
We're BetMGM Sports and Casino. We know things aren't always golden. That's why we offer you the tools to keep your play safe. Set timeouts to always ensure you take a break when you feel like you need it. Set reality checks so you know exactly how long you've been playing. And set deposit limits to help control what you spend. Stay golden with BetMGM. Play responsibly.
18 plus.
Hold up, Experian Chameleon here. Can I just say this to you? You're looking bomb today, and whatever you're doing, you're gonna absolutely smash it. See? A little confidence boost goes a long way. So why not boost your credit score by up to 101 points instantly for free? Only with Experian. That way you can be your most confident self when applying for credit. So if you want to improve your credit score, do Experian first. Free Experian account to your current account is required. Increase subject to status, not all lenders restrictions. See experian.co.uk/consumer/claims.
Listeners, we interrupt the airways to share an incredible discovery. The reason why Britain hasn't been so great of late is because the country hasn't been eating enough Weetabix. We must get to work in rebuilding Great Britain, bix by bix, by delivering Weetabix to whoever's in charge of fixing potholes, to VAR, and people who somehow manage to park over 2 bays. To Britain, we must say, have you had your Weetabix?
You're looking sharp.
Righty here. I've just given the new Gillette Labs razor a go, and it's smooth. 5 long-lasting blades, and it's got a flex disc that adapts to my gorgeous face. Done in no time, then it goes back on its magnetic stand for a finish almost as good as one of mine. And if you don't agree it's the ultimate shave, get your money back. 18 plus, retain receipt, terms and conditions apply.
TalkSport traffic.
Sunset, the M5 southbound is blocked after a collision near junction 20 for Clevedon, with queues back to Portishead at junction 19. In Merseyside, the M53 northbound, that's partly blocked after a collision between Eastham at junction 5 and junction 4 for Bebbington. And in Cambridgeshire at Fen Stanton, Cambridge Road, the A1307, that's still shut after a collision involving a tractor and a caravan between Fen Stanton and junction 26 at St Ives. Right, Adam Moore.
2024 Germany.
Brilliant finish. Tomorrow night from 8. Spain versus France in the semi-finals. Soccer punch your summer
On TalkSport.
This is Eurojob and TalkSport with me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, alongside in a virtual world. Still to come on our show, we'll be heading to the England captain. Speaking of TalkSport's England correspondent, Faye Carruthers, just could be Spain captain Alvaro Morata has threatened to quit the national team after a tournament over nonsense criticism. That, of course, is just one day before he signed the semi-final against France. That one live on TalkSport tomorrow. I think, Darren Bent, you're doing that one, aren't you, for TalkSport?
Yeah, I am, yeah. I can't wait for that game. Honestly, I really can't. Spain, I love the way Spain play. That kind of free-flowing football, watched them against, I think it was Georgia I watched them against. They're incredible, the football that they play, but I've got a sneaky suspicion France.
Do you know what? I don't know if you heard about it. I heard me say earlier when I was talking about Spain, their final ball not being the greatest, and if it was, I think they'd smash teams to pieces. Who did they play in the quarterfinals? Remind me who they beat in the quarterfinals. It was Germany, wasn't it? Of course, it was
Germany.
I just felt so many times they got into that German box and their last ball let them down. Did you feel that or not?
you know what, a little bit, but I think that's, if you're a Spanish player or a Spanish fan, you take the positives from that and go, well, look how easy at times they carved who some people perceive as one of the favourites, Germany apart. I mean, they keep the ball, and the two wide balls they've got in Yamal and Nico Williams, they've got some good players, but because of how rock solid France are defensively, I think they'll make the game ugly, and obviously they've got those three midfield with Kanté, Tchouameni and Camavinga and Rabiot that just work so hard. I just feel like France might catch them. A little bit of quality from Mbappe or Dembele. I think they'll catch Spain out, I really do.
Okay, don't get too carried away with commentary. I know you're known to swear when you're commentating.
Hey, why are you now for? People didn't hear that.
Well, they'll be hearing it in about 20 minutes when we play the best of TalkSport.
No, listen, that was a slot. You know what it was? First and foremost, if anyone was listening to that, I apologise if I use colourful language.
Yeah.
But you know what? I got so carried away because I was so excited in the game and how the game was going and stuff. I just got carried away.
Okay, well, we'll play that out in about 20 minutes time in case people are going, Darren Bent wouldn't swear on national radio when his kids listen. He did. And that's the real Darren Bent, potty mouth. We'll come back to that. It doesn't. Reminder, that game, of course, Spain against France, that's live on TalkSport tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Former Everton defender Johnny Heitinga is being considered to join Arne Slot's backroom team at Liverpool as a coach. Back to football in just a moment. But, of course, Day 8 is well and truly in flow at Wimbledon. Lisa O'Sullivan is watching for TalkSport.
Danielle Collins dropped the F-bomb in a post-match interview here at Wimbledon a couple of days ago, which was highly entertaining. On centre court, Taylor Fritz has pulled a setback against Alexander Zverev, and they are just getting underway in the fourth set. Zverev leading 2-1. They'll keep a close eye on the match between Yelena Ostapenko and Yulia Putintseva. Ostapenko is in such a good mood. She keeps doing these weird, creepy, secret smiles to her team, and is kind of jumping up and down. Putintseva is really aggroed by it, and she could smash her racket or something, she really would. She's trailing 6-2, 4-2.
Thanks, Lisa. Some interesting noises in the background there. Right, let's go to the phone lines. We're talking about Jordan Pickford. Now we've got a goalkeeper. Is he underrated? 03717222304. Is he England's greatest number one as well? Gary is an Everton fan. He would have seen him loads. Hello, Gary. Good afternoon.
Hello, lads. You all right?
I'm great. How are you today?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
What have you got for us? What do you make of your goalkeeper? Do you think he should be at a big club?
Well, he's at a big club. Let's remember that. But
I'm just playing with you.
I know it. He's kept us in the Premier League for us.
Yeah.
2 years that I was about 100%. In probably a couple of others, but I'm a big fan of Jordan's, and I think he does all his own work. He gets a lot of stick for his antics and his eccentric sort of ways, but I think he does his own work. I think he's got into the science of pounding figures now, and I think he's definitely up there. Probably one of the best going back, maybe Banks, Shilton. I think he's up there.
Gary, how old are you? That's the reason I'm asking. How old are you?
63.
Okay, so you do remember Neville Southall. Can you even compare the two?
Well, Neville was a great goalie in his own era as well, without a doubt, and he was probably when he was playing one of the best I've ever seen. But I think Jordan, they're two different type of goalkeepers, aren't they? You know, save the ball from home in the net, that's what the ultimate thing is. But I think Jordan's got this way about him that his saves and what he does in the game, you know what I mean? I think he's a fantastic keeper, and so is Southall. We were blessed to have Neville when he played in the 80s. But we've been lucky with goalkeepers having over the years, I'll be honest with you. I think we've been pretty blessed with decent keepers. But one thing I give Ronald Koeman credit for is he bought Jordan Pickford. I think that's the only thing I can give him the credit for.
Yeah, that's enough because he's a great goalkeeper. Thanks for that, Gary. Let's quickly go to Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Gary. You all right?
I'm good. What would you like to say?
First time caller. Great show as usual.
Thanks, Steve.
Just wanted to say I'm a Preston North End supporter. So we had Jordan Pickford on loan a few seasons ago, and as a collective fan base, we kind of knew that he was going to go this big. We had Sam Johnson on loan before that. We've been blessed with good goalkeepers on loan, and we wanted Sam Johnson back, and we ended up getting this young kid from Sunderland called Jordan, and after 2 or 3 games you could just tell that he had absolutely everything. Distribution, fantastic. His shot stop was unbelievable. But I think everything that the fans liked the most was that he didn't mind giving out a bit of a grilling to like old school defenders, and he was only a young kid at the time. So I think a lot of our fans knew that this was going to happen. in his very last game at Deepdale, the fans were singing England's #1 to him, and obviously we genuinely meant it. It wasn't just a thing you sing to a lone player, and he was just fantastic for us.
Yeah, he has been. Thanks for your call, Steve. Benny, he has been fantastic for them. He's been fantastic for, well, he's not really, has he let Everton down? Does he have a bad game of season 2, bad games of season, or if he went to, no disrespect, if he went to a bigger club, do you see him being able to step up and coping with the pressure? I'm guessing if you've been England's #1 and head and shoulders above all the other England goalkeepers put together, it's a lot of noise behind you, Benny. I'm guessing you can cope with anything, right?
Yeah, that was a guy putting a trolley full of glass on stones. So
John Stones is there?
For that. No, they just said sorry, so yes, that was okay. It's one of them where I think if Jordan Pickford went to a bigger club, or certainly a club that's pushing for honours, I don't think he'd have any problem whatsoever in stepping up, because, as you said there, I think when you're England #1, so much scrutiny comes with wearing that #1 shirt, because everyone's got an opinion. He should be #1, he should be #1, and the fact he's been #1 for so long, and he's been really good for England, I don't think he'd have any problems whatsoever dealing with the pressure.
Okay. Benny, we'll let you deal with the man with the stones, but also coming up, we'll be heading to the England camp to speak to TalkSport's Faker Others. First, it's time for No Googling Part 2. There you go. The man with the stones as well. England, of course, take on the Netherlands in Dortmund. Live on TalkSport 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Dortmund last hosted a major tournament semi-final of the 2006 World Cup when Italy beat Germany 2-0. Who scored Italy's 2 goals that day? 2006 in the World Cup. Italy beat Germany 2-0. Who scored the 2 Italy goals? The answer to that and England updates when we come back live on Drive on TalkSport.
Book your next adventure with TUI and go on a culture-soaked city break to Amsterdam or Dubrovnik. Take off from an airport near you and experience a break by bundling your flights and hotel into one handy package. So get ready to make memories that last and live happy with TUI. Financially protected by Atos.
The future is unpredictable at times, but the Open University are the experts in distance learning, allowing you to fit study around your life. What's more, you'll have support from dedicated tutors every step of the way. Now, suddenly your possibilities are open. Search the Open University to find out more. The Open University, the future is open.
Well, the wait is finally over. And watch this. The fans appear to be playing the free Coral Reward Shaker. And look at the shaking technique on display by the Dutch. That's total shaking. And that's a free bet. Play the free Coral Reward Shaker to win guaranteed daily rewards and offers throughout the Euros. Coral, we're here for it.
18 plus UK. Max 1 reward or offer per player per day. Reward restrictions, requirements and T's and C's apply. Take time to think.
Well, you can see why people are talking about Asda, can't you?
Of course, on paper, Asda have a great lineup with 2 for £7 on Coke 8 packs. Then there's pizza price drops, including the talented spicy chicken fajita flavour and classic 4 cheese deep dish. Worth £3 each, now £2 each.
And don't forget the dependable garlic flatbread was £1.18, now £1.50. What a lineup!
Get match ready at Asda this summer. Asda, that's more like it. Selected stores online subject to availability. Coke 330ml, £4.25 each. Pizzas and flatbread end 17th of July. May exclude Express and small stores. See asda.com/small stores.
With her new iPhone 15 Pro and its 48 megapixel camera, no matter where Macy sat, she can capture every goal in amazing detail, even if they are from the other team. And at Vodafone, you can get some big deals this summer, including a huge £432 saving with iPhone 15 Pro. Hurry, this deal ends 25th of July. Vodafone, the nation's network.
Saving based on an 8 gig plan over 36 months. Credit checks and terms apply. Claim verification at vodafone.co.uk/network.
Stop, listen, chicken. The 8 mini fillet bucket, $6.99. 8 succulent mini fillets. Buy, eat, digest. Good, repeat. Believe in deals, believe in chicken. Until 21st of July, subject to availability. Participating restaurants only. Not available on delivery. See website for full T&Cs.
Is devastating counter-attacking football.
Every twist, every tackle, every tantalizing touch off the ball.
It was a cracking strike.
2024 June on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
You listen to Euro Drive on TalkSport. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bennett. news. Here's Sinead Gomez.
Talk Sport News.
Thanks, Andy. Good evening. The Chancellor has ordered Treasury officials to produce an assessment of what she calls the financial mess left by the Tories. Rachel Reeves has made her first major speech, promising to rip up planning rules and build 1.5 million more homes. Meanwhile, the Home Secretary says there's no quick fix when it comes to tackling overcrowding in jails because of the legacy the previous government left.
They have failed to build the prisons that we need. They have allowed the number of remand prisoners, of people waiting for trial, to increase because of the chaos and the backlog.
Ministers are understood to be deciding on whether to free some prisoners after they've served less than half their sentence. Joe Biden says he is still running in the US presidential election. The 81-year-old says he's not blind to people's concerns about his age, but will not waver in his decision to run again. People in Devon can finally drink their tap water following an outbreak of a waterborne disease in the area of Brixham. For 2 months, households were told to boil their water after at least 100 people got sick. And the price of a cuppa could be about to go up because the production of tea leaves in India has slumped due to extreme weather. Tea prices this year could be 16 to 20% higher as a result.
Talk Sport with Bostik. If you're looking for professional grade sealant that offers technologically advanced performance, choose Bostik Pro Sealants.
Luke Shaw says he feels fit enough to start against the Netherlands, but whether he does or not is Gareth Southgate's call. In the meantime, it's confirmed the ref for Wednesday's semi-final is a German who was banned for involvement in a match-fixing scandal. Ben has more at 6.
Talken Sporten und Talken Sporten 2.
Licensed broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Wednesday night from 7. Live full match commentary of Netherlands versus England in the semi-finals.
England win on penalties.
Kick off 8 p.m.
on Talk Sport.
The dream lives on. Ode to the joy of football.
It's in off the post. UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Would you believe it? On Talk Sport and Talk Sport 2.
Listen to Euro Drive on TalkSport. Me, Andy Goldstein, London, Darren Bentown, Germany. We'll say hello to Benny again in just a sec. The answer to the second no Googling. The question was Dortmund. Of course, that's where the Netherlands have their semi-final. Obviously against England. Dortmund last hosted a major tournament semi-final. 2006 World Cup. Italy beat Germany 2-0. Who scored the 2 goals? Fabio Grosso and Alessandro Del Piero. Or our mate, who we caught up with at Suckerade, of course. Benny, are you still there? Can you hear me? For Box Park Wembley, I'm going to wear an England shirt, right? Obviously. What's the best England shirt?
My personal favourite was the... remember the one that Michael Owen scored the goal against Argentina in?
Yeah. You like that
That's
one?
my favourite.
Okay. I'm going, this is before your time, I'm going 82 home, the white one. You like that one?
How old is she then? How old is she? 30 then?
Right, time now to take a look at the Euros action with Carlin, cheeky boy.
Euro Game Day Roundup on Talk Sport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
I was 25. Joining us now live from the England camp in Germany is TalkSport's England correspondent who's been out in Germany for about the last 30 years. Faye Carruthers joins us. Hello, Faye.
Hi Andy, it feels like that, that's for sure.
Does it?
It's been lovely though, it's gorgeous. We're back in Weimar where we started. No, it doesn't really feel like 30 years. It's gone quite quick actually. But I can't believe literally we're on matchday -1 tomorrow ahead of the semi-final. It's crazy, it just goes so quick from now on. 2 days here in training camp, then 2 days in Dortmund, and then if they get through, 2 days back in the training camp again, and then to Berlin. It's just flown by.
But before we talk about England, the players, I know you caught up with Phil Foden, hear that audio in just a moment. I have to ask you, I know Ed is alongside you, and Ed posted a picture, I think it was the winning penalty, the Trent penalty, that was on the BBC, the angle they showed, so we're behind Trent, as it were. And as you look at the goal, if you're Trent, I can see you and Ed, the only two, right next to the goal. I mean, I texted afterwards saying, I don't think you realise how fortunate you are. Can you just put into words what it's like, sat that close to the action at such a historic moment? Can you put into words what it's like as a football fan?
I don't think I can. It is the most surreal experience. Every time I go there, and I've been so lucky with TalkSport to cover many England tournaments, and it is just a pinch me moment. I think that's the best way I can describe it. For the Italy penalty shootout at Wembley in the final in 2021, I was down the other end, so I was behind the opposite goal, so I felt completely out of it. But this was absolutely insane. We got to see all of the players walking up, stepping up to the penalty spot, Jordan Pickford and what he was doing over to our left-hand side. And actually, me and Ed both spoke to each other and said they all looked really confident and comfortable when they came over straight away. Not once did we doubt any of them. And you just don't usually have that. You can see the fear on players' faces at times in a penalty shootout, and most definitely couldn't see that. And then the scenes. I mean, the only other abiding memory I have of my main memory of being behind the goal is when Harry Kane got that rebound from the penalty in the semi-final that he scored, which was insane. And I was behind the goal for that, and I've got a little video where I literally am screaming rebound at him as he goes in for it and celebrating. And it's so hard to separate being obviously somebody working for TalkSport behind the goal, very privileged position, from being an England fan where it's literally just elation to see that penalty go in from Trent Alexander-Arnold and then him run off and boot the ball into the crowd. It was absolutely phenomenal.
It was indeed. Listen, I mentioned Phil Foden. Let's talk about him now, because I know you caught up with him. We'll have a listen to some of the chat now. You started off by asking him about how he felt watching those penalties.
I'm not going to lie, I was so nervous watching from the sideline. I feel like when you're not on the pitch, you're thinking a lot more. But I have full belief in the lads. There's been a lot of work going into penalties on the training field, and the ones taking them look so confident and never look like missing.
Yeah, Stuart Pearce has told us a lot about the work that goes on behind the scenes. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank as well.
Yeah.
Ivan Toney was crediting that with a lot of work that's been done. For you as a player, how important is that? Because I don't think you've ever taken a penalty. Is there a reason for that?
I have. I took one for my club against Madrid recently. Well, yeah, I would have took one if I was still on the pitch, but I think there's players who take them regularly for the club, so it makes sense for them to take them really. So I think that's what Gareth did, put the best penalty takers on the pitch, and I'm glad he did that now, because it definitely works in our favour.
It really did. But it's interesting hearing them talk about penalties, because there was a moment in the match when Harry Kane was subbed, and I was thinking, the game's going to penalties, why is he taking Harry Kane off? But everyone looked so relaxed, as you alluded to before we heard that audio. How much work has the team been putting in on penalties then?
Loads, and not just out here in this tournament. This has been, research that's been going for years, experts that have come in, and Stuart Pearce talks really well about the amount of work from the analysts that's gone into getting England into this position now. And actually, I spoke to Harry Kane after the game in the tunnel, and I said, when you were subbed off at that moment, how difficult was it for you watching? And he said, well, actually, it was just like for like now. We've got so many good penalty takers in the squad that Ivan Toney was coming on, and it is literally just like for like. Difficult for him, because actually, if you notice, if you watch back on the replays, it was only the penalty takers and the players that were left that might have had to take one if it had gone to sudden death, that were in the huddle with Gareth Southgate and a couple of the analysts. All the other players that had been subbed off already or hadn't made an appearance were kept away to the side. And I asked Harry, how difficult was that, because you're used to being the one talking? And he said, actually, we've worked on that, because sometimes there can just be too many people involved, so it was just important just to have the people that were potentially going to be taking part in the penalty shootout in that. So much research, so much time, and then of course you just have to rely on the players to deliver all the research. But you saw Jordan Pickford's water bottle and everything that goes into him making the saves, which obviously dived the right way for Manuel Akanji, and he had a little bit of a tip from Kyle Walker as well, who plays with him for Manchester City. So there's a lot that goes into it, and that's why we're into a semi-final.
I've got to ask you, I think one of the big boosts was we saw the re-emergence of Luke Shaw coming back, giving the team balance. Do you expect him to play a bigger part in the game on Wednesday, and how much of a boost do you think it was seeing Luke Shaw back?
Do you know what? It's a massive boost to see him back, first and foremost. But actually, I was talking to Paul and Andy on H&J earlier on about this. It's really difficult, because he did bring balance, and I thought when he came on, he was able to get balls in
from the byline, which we haven't actually seen. He can go just that tiny little bit further to get his left foot to wrap into, to put a ball into the box, and that was a real threat. It depends on what he decides to do in terms of sticking with that 3, which I felt like we had more width and it was working better than the 4 had done, or go back to a flat back 4 and have Luke playing as an orthodox left back. My concern with him, if he played, for example, as a left wing back, which by the way the other option is that he plays as the left-sided centre back, but then I'm not entirely sure what you do unless you have perhaps Kyle Walker playing as the right wing back, and then you have Stones, Gahey and Shaw as the 3 centre backs. It's difficult. It's going to depend on what they've done in training, how long they think Luke Shaw can play for. He said in the press conference today he thinks that he can play for 90 minutes, but the problem is if you start him and then he has a problem, bearing in mind he's had a recurrence of this injury that he suffered back in February, and that's why we haven't seen him until the quarter-final stage, then that changes the whole game plan going forward. So I think he's better coming on as an impact, depending on how the game's going, and some extra legs and some extra energy later on. But I think it's going to depend on what they've worked on in training and what the medical staff and the physios are saying Luke might be capable of.
And also, as you said there, I mean, Luke Shaw, when he came back on, I thought he was brilliant. He gave us a real balance. But do you think there'll be any more drastic changes for that game, because like even a change of shape, change of personnel, or do you think Gareth, who's got everyone fit, will go with the same team because they hopefully got the job done?
Well, this is what I mean. I don't know. It's going to depend on what they've done just there. I mean, look, he doesn't tinker and change too much. Why would he? When I know that there's been criticism about the flow of the game, the flow of the play in particular. But why would he make too many changes? It's worked. The subs that he's brought on have made an impact when he's brought them on. Albeit I know a lot of people have wanted to see them earlier. You can't deny that actually when he has brought players on, it's immediately made a difference. Even the reactive triple substitution after the goal the other night, you know, you then get to the point where 2 minutes later he makes the triple sub, and 2 minutes after that, you know, Bukayo Saka scores and we're back into the game again. So yeah, I can't see too many changes. You know, Cole Palmer is an incredible player. I think he's wonderful. But what I've loved about Cole Palmer's appearances in this tournament is that he's just brought a whole new dimension and energy onto the pitch when he's come on. I think Bukayo Saka is superb. You keep Bukayo Saka starting without a doubt. He's so versatile as well. We've seen him change positions during the game and in extra time, and do what Bukayo Saka does best from both flanks, by the way, absolutely superb. So I think that he'll probably stick largely to the same. I liked the 3 at the back system, as I said, better than the 4, but it's just going to depend, I think, on whether he decides to bring Luke in to start.
Right, listen, thank you for coming on. Before you go, I asked Darren about this question at the top of the show. He said no. I say yes. Is he coming home?
Okay. Well, it can't come home because we've never won the Euros, so it doesn't work like that.
You know what I'm asking, fake of others. Is
I know what you're asking, but I'm not being led down that.
Is a trophy coming
I've always said that we're going to win it.
Okay.
I've always said that we're going to win it. The trophy is coming to England.
That's exactly what I was asking. Faye, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on. You look great. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Take care.
There you go. That was an England camp update. All thanks to our friends at Carling 18+. Please drink responsibly.
Euro Game Day Roundup on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18+, always drink responsibly.
Benny, I know you're in Germany, but I still need your best still to come on drive voice.
Still to come on drive.
Yeah, works for me. We'll hear Betty's potty mouth on CoCom's duty on Friday.
Apologies there momentarily for anything you might have heard in that moment.
I mean, that's the real Darren Bent, by the way, everyone. Absolute filth. We'll also hear what England boss Gareth Southgate had to say about the leaks in the camp.
Our own media are leaking tactical information 2 hours after we walked off the training pitch.
And we'll be talking about Lewis Hamilton, who incredibly won the British Grand Prix yesterday.
I think that might be the most emotional ending to a race that I think I've probably ever had.
That was amazing. All that and so much more coming up. The final hour drive on TalkSport with me, Andy Goldstein, and potty mouth Darren Bent.
You take such pride in your work. You check every teensy detail. You always clear up after yourself, and you leave each customer as happy as a clam. You do all this because it matters. It also matters to trust a trader. where millions of people go to find top-notch tradespeople just like you. So if you're ready to build your business even further, apply to join the Trusted Trader Professionals. When it matters,
By recommending beautiful designer radiators at bestheating.com, you'll have happy, warm customers. You also get cold hard cash. Yep, you heard. All you have to do is refer your customers to bestheating.com and we'll give you a percentage of the sale in actual cold hard cash. Plus your customer gets 10% off too, so everyone is a winner. Visit bestheating.com/trade to refer your customers and start making money today.
Stop, listen, chicken. The 8 mini fillet bucket, $6.99. 8 succulent mini fillets. Buy, eat, digest. Good, repeat. Believe in deals, believe in chicken. Until 21st of July, subject to availability. Participating restaurants only. Not available on delivery. See website for full T&Cs.
At NatWest, we partnered with Team GB. So just like we help you reach your goals, we're backing our nation's top athletes to achieve theirs this summer. But what's the national team without its nation behind them? So with every impossible lift, push around a hairpin corner, and last-ditch lunge towards the finish line. Let's support them all the way. Whatever your goals, let's go. Tomorrow begins today with NatWest, proud partner of Team GB.
With LV, I can get my car insurance from just £299, which is just the kind of price I'm looking for right now. And if I'm hit by an uninsured driver, I won't lose my no-claim discount, because insurance is simple when it's me and LV. No wonder we're rated excellent on Trustpilot. Get your quote today at lv.com. 10% of new customers pay £299 or less November 2023 to April 2024. Uninsured driver promise is non-fault accident only. Other vehicle and driver details required.
Talk Sport traffic.
On Cumbria, the M6 southbound is queuing after a collision between Kendal at junction 37 and Kirby Lonsdale at junction 36. In West Yorkshire, the M62 eastbound is partly blocked by a broken down lorry between Ferrybridge services at junction 33, and Selby at junction 34, and in Surrey, long queues on the anti-clockwise M25 heading into the roadworks at Godstone junction 6, with queues back to Leatherhead at junction 9. I'm Adam Moore.
Interrupted. Full match commentary of every game of the tournament.
He really thumped that.
UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
That is huge.
Euro Drive with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent on Talk Sport.
Nelson on the home if you're listening to Euro Drive on Talk Sport with me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent out in Germany. I'll potty mouth with him more from just a moment. Just quickly, a German referee once criticised over his match fixing pass by Jude Bellingham when actually officiating in the European Championship semi-final against the Netherlands on Wednesday. I don't know, Benny, is that good or bad? If you're a player and you've had a pop at a referee, will the referee be on his best behaviour to prove you wrong, or will he have it in for you? How's that one go?
Well, you'd like to think they won't have it in for you, but you know, some people hold grudges, so you might not be able to get away with as much potentially that you might have done with another ref, but you can't let that kind of distraction. You've got to go out there and do the way you've been doing for the whole tournament.
Okay. We'll hear more from Potty Mouth in just a moment, but a reminder of his day out at Wimbledon and Israel. Sullivan is watching for TalkSport.
Yeah, Elena Ostapenko has cruised into the quarter-final 6-2, 6-3 against Yulia Putintseva, which means we've got Elena Rybakina and Alina Svitolina through to those four spots today. And you can hear here on centre court, Taylor Fritz is taking on Alexander Zverev. 4 games all in the fourth set. He trails the Germans by 2-1. But the centre court firmly behind the American.
Thanks, Lisa. Good work as always. Right, time now for this. Yes, let me just say, if you are of a nervous disposition, or there's children listening, maybe it's time to turn off for a moment and find the rest of your friends. When we run you through some of the recent moments from TalkSport and our sister station, let's start off, I can only apologise now, with Friday night, Euro Game Day live. Darren Bent, of course, was on co-com duty for France's penalty shootout victory over Portugal. Let's have a listen to what the experienced Darren Bent on co-com duty, trying to prove all the doubters wrong that he can do the job. Let's find out just how he was getting on with that, shall we?
What a throw.
blank scared. You can work out what that is. Darren, what on earth were you thinking? What happened? What went through your mind? Disgusting behaviour.
No, I don't. First of all, I apologise for anyone who was listening that day. Secondly, right, honestly, I got so carried away. I was so excited in the game, getting wrapped up in the game. It was almost like I was having a conversation with you. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's my fault. It's my
spilled out.
Okay. Do you know what's great about that, Benji, right? Is you and I had a little catch-up on the phone last night for about, I don't know, half hour, whatever it was. And you told me that, and straight after that I texted Joe and I went, did you know Benny did this? No one here knew. So we were like, right, let's go get it. So it's only because you told me that we managed to find that. So thank you for that. That was so funny. Did you instantly, when that word came out your mouth, did you know, or was it only later when the apology was made? You're like, who are you apologising for? What's happened there?
Well, do you know what? When it came out of my mouth, right, I looked like straight away. Hugh, who was sitting next to me,
I wasn't sitting next to you.
Me and went, nah, Hugh wasn't wrong. Sitting next to me, his face, and then Sal's face, and Joe Shellers. They all looked at me in about 2 seconds, and I went, oh my God, what have I just said there? It was actually, wasn't a good look, but as I said, I apologise. It will never happen again.
Do you know what? We will never play it again because we're pros at this end. We would never throw you under a bus. Press play.
So scared at the minute.
Disgusting. You're an absolute disgrace, Darren. Let's move on now. Over now to Euro Game Day Live special on Saturday. Gabby Abonor was alongside Jeff Stelling live from Germany. The boys were joined by Darren, the Spurs fan, who was furious with Gabby.
Can we have a party together, Darren? I want to see what you like, mate.
You could laugh at my parties.
Because you'd kick me out for having a drink, probably. Darren.
You don't have... Just because I have an opinion of how people should follow the rules doesn't mean I'm not fun. I just have an opinion. And if you don't...
I think you'd kick me out of the party for having a fun time and having a dance. I think you'd kick me out, Darren.
5 minutes in my party because you couldn't handle it.
I don't know whose side I'm under, but either way, I'd love to see them both at the same party. Benny, which one of your former teammates was the biggest wind-up?
Probably, I'd say, Gabby was a big wind-up, but David Bentley, he was another one at Tottenham. He was a massive one, always hiding people's stuff, doing tricks on people, but he'd take it too far at some point. If you kept pushing him and having to go back at fence, there's no telling where he'd go. He'd have no filter, no boundaries.
Yeah, it must be terrible being like that. Which one of your former teammates used to throw the best fighters? Did you have parties? Did everyone say back to mine on Saturday night? That happened?
No, not really. Back then it was all about going to nightclubs, and obviously people were friends with maybe the managers of the nightclubs or the VIP area, so that all used to happen in nightclubs.
Okay, you don't like a party? I bet you've not had one night on it since you've been there, have you?
I cannot confirm or deny that I've had one since I've been here.
You have one orange juice, that's probably your limit. Don't forget, I'll be alongside Gabby Abonor on Wednesday, live from Box Park. Wembley's will good up England's massive semi against the Netherlands. Finally, let's have a look back at last Thursday drive show. As Andy Townsend and me were joined by a French World Cup winner, Emmanuel Petit. Safe to say that Emmanuel Petit was not impressed with Kylian Mbappe's continuous moaning about his broken nose.
I want to start with the broken nose. You know, it's been like this for 2 weeks. Is he going to play? Is he going to train? Is he going to sleep? Is he going to eat? To take a shower? Come on, it's just a broken nose. You know how many players have been playing with a broken nose in the past without a mask? Take your mask and then throw it in the garbage. You know? Yeah, put it in the garbage because you can't play without a mask. Your nose is broken already. You have no risk of something worse. To be honest with you, I don't care about Kylian Mbappe mask, you know. He can do whatever he wants to do. He can make a movie with the Ninja Turtles if he wants. He can eat pizza with it. I don't care.
I hate it when people sit on the fence. What's the angriest you've been, Benny, whilst watching football? Or when you've been playing?
Do you know what? The one that I can remember where I was really angry. Do you remember when Man United beat Arsenal in the Champions League? I think it was the quarters or the semis. And Ronaldo scored that free kick from about 40 yards.
Yeah, that was at the Emirates, right?
At the Emirates, honestly, I've never been so angry in my whole life. At Almunia, the goalkeeper.
Okay, glad we brought that up. If you could be a character in any film, or Marvel, superhero, Spider-Man, what film would it be? Who would you choose?
There'd be two. One would be the James Bond.
Right.
The other one would be Superman, obviously Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Probably the third would be the Equalizer, Denzel Washington.
Right, I mean, you said two, you've named three. Which one? You've got to choose one of them.
Superman.
Superman, okay, I thought you'd choose that. Don't forget to download the Talksport app so you never miss a moment. When we come back, the final hour of the show, it will be me and Mr. Pottymouth, and we'll be talking about leaks in England camp.
So scared at the minute.
When you hop on the train with TransPennine Express, you can make every meet-up now that bit more. So forget just catching up for a coffee, catching your breath on a hike and having a brew somewhere new, or taking a stroll along the shore, then grabbing a ticket to the art gallery. Oh, and don't forget that film starts at 5, and out for tea too. Go on then, let's make the most of getting together across the north of Scotland. TransPennine Express, where next?
Stay connected with all the latest football news. Friday afternoon at Drive on TalkSport with 3. Group Chat Goals is your essential update of all the weekend's football action, drama and hot topic talking points blowing up your socials. From the fast-paced on-field action to the backroom bust-ups, TalkSport's got it covered. Don't miss Group Chat Goals at Drive on TalkSport with 3. Football needs a big network. Keep connected to the team you love on 3.
We're BetMGM, and we know how to put on a show. This is the European Championship, Vegas style. At BetMGM, we've got something for every football fan. Bet builders, active price boost, and daily specials. Plus, new customers bet £10 and get £60 in free bets. Tournament football just got going. BetMGM, it's showtime.
New customers only. Wagering requirements and conditions apply. 18+. Please gamble responsibly.
I tell you what, Jen, it's been some journey, but here they are, just moments away from the whistle.
Absolutely, there's been twists, there's been turns, not to mention that parking of the bus. But as the clock runs down, I think they're going to make
It
it.
goes to show that you can really handle the pressure when your tyres are performing. Hello, is the game started yet?
Top performance.
Driving home from the match? Keep your tyres in peak condition. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
The future is unpredictable at times, but the Open University are the experts in distance learning, allowing you to fit study around your life. What's more, you'll have support from dedicated tutors every step of the way. Now, suddenly the possibilities are open. Search the Open University to find out more. The Open University, the future is open.
On 1099 and 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker.
Official broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Talk Sport.
Last hour of the show coming up with me, Andy Goldstein, Mr. Pottermouth, Darren Ben over in Germany. We'll be talking about leaks in the camp. What do you make of it? Do we need them? Is this something we actually do need? We'll be talking about Sir Andy Murray and Lewis Hamilton as well. All that and more in the end of the show, Chris. All coming your way. First with the sport, Benjamin Fletcher.
Talk Sport Sports Update with Trusted Trader. Got what it takes to be a Trusted Trader professional. Apply to join the team and really build your business. Talk Sport.
That was Chris Ben, actually. He might not be in the Gareth Southgate fan club, but Luke Shaw is.
I think what he's done for the country, for us as players as well, and I think he's really took us to the next level. I think no manager's really been as successful as him as what he's doing recently. Another semi-final, and for me and us as players, we love him.
Shaw says he's fit and ready to start against the Netherlands. This, as it's confirmed, a German who served a 6-month ban for match fixing will take on refereeing duties. Felix Veilleux took a €300 bribe from fellow ref Robert Oiser back in 2005. More recently, Jude Bellingham questioned his integrity, referencing Zweig's part in that scandal, and got a €40,000 fine from German football bosses. At this Euro, Zweig has overseen 3 matches, including the Netherlands' victory over Romania in the last 16. Into the Championship, where Millwall have signed Macaulay Langstar from Notts County. It will be only the second season in the EFL for the 27-year-old, who broke the National League scoring record with 42 goals 2 years ago. And Jimmy Anderson says the time's right to bring the curtain down on his Test career, despite impressing for Lancashire recently. The England team to face the West Indies at Lords has been announced, with Surrey pair Gus Atkinson and Jamie Smith making their Test debuts. Shoaib Bashir's in the 11, with Chris Roach returning to the fold for the first time since last summer's Ashes. The first Test gets underway on Wednesday. We'll bring you regular updates here on TalkSport.
TalkSport News.
The Chancellor says they're ripping up planning rules to build more homes and start growing the economy, and Joe Biden has told Democrats it's time to come together as he's going nowhere. Sinead has more at 5:30.
TalkSport weather with QuickFit. Keep summer journeys safe. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com to book your tyres, MOTs and servicing so you can drive away happy every time.
Outbreaks of rain, heavy in places, continuing to move northwards.
Vorsprung durch TalkSport. What a hit! Get unrivaled coverage of UEFA Euro 2024 live from Germany.
They're going goal crazy!
We've got the Euros covered. Euro Drive with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent on TalkSport.
Welcome back to the last hour of Euro Drive on TalkSport with me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent alongside to the camera on the show. We'll be talking about Lewis Hamilton, who incredibly won the British Grand Prix yesterday. Now, though, TalkSport is the place to be to follow England against the Netherlands on Wednesday. As not only do we have live commentary, but Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy will also be doing a live watch-along on the TalkSport YouTube channel as well.
Hello and welcome to the quarter-final watch on England versus Switzerland. I'm Jamie O'Hara. This is Jason Cundy. The boys are back.
Yeah, we're laboured. Everyone's laboured. Look at Trippier. We're laboured. Yeah, we're laboured. It's got goal in all over it.
Told ya. 1-0. Told ya. And goals written all over it. Southgate. You're killing us. You're killing us, Southgate. It's been coming. Useless. Do something. Saka. Yeah! Don't swear. Apologise. Apologies. Sorry. Don't swear. Come on, Pickford. You're the hero, mate. You're the hero. You are the hero. Stand. Yes! 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 Come on! Yes! Yes! Hold on, hold on, hold on. It's a thing. It's another thing. It's not a thing. It's a thing. Get off me. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Jason, can't watch. You've got to watch, mate. Which one of it you've got to watch? The semi-final.
Yeah!
You can hear live coverage of England's game against the Netherlands on Wednesday right here on TalkSport. Plus, of course, if you're near two grown adults act like they're 7, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy will be doing a live watch along on the TalkSport YouTube channel. Ben, have you seen some of that? It is very funny when Cundy says, "Hold my hand, it's a thing, it's a thing." Have you seen that? Oh, I don't know if we can hear Darren Bent now. Oh, we can. Benny, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
I can clearly hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you like that? When I was watching the football, I was watching the penalty shootouts, I had a bottle of water below me, between my legs. And when England were taking penalties, I moved it to the side genuinely. And then when they were taking them, I put it back to my knees. And someone sat halfway through the penalties, someone sat next to me, and the water was next to them. I went, "Don't touch the water, leave it there, I'll move it back." So obviously, do you have a thing like that at all?
No, not really. I just watch it. I mean, if anything, I'll probably standing up. Then when you stand up, you get down, when you stand up. That's probably more so me, but most of the time I can watch penalty shootouts quite relaxed.
Where were you watching it?
I was watching it in the stadium, because obviously our game was afterwards. So we was watching it in the stadium while I was doing my prep and just trying to get things done. I was watching on the big screen in the stadium. But what's most annoying, right, is that there's a screen in front of you, there's 2 little monitors that, where you're co-commenting from, where you're commentating from, there's 2 screens in front of you. One's for the game that you're watching, and the other one's for the stats. But when you're there before the game, they've got the England game on the little screen ahead of you, but the one that's the big screen in the stadium is ahead of the one that's in front of you. So you find yourself watching the big screen, which is more awkward than the one's about half a yard from your face.
That's a great story, that is. Let me write that down and tell the boys in the pub, man. Half a yard of eggs. Right, let's move on, shall we? England vs Gareth Southgate is putting a TalkSport following his side's penalty shootout win against Switzerland on Saturday, and was asked for his thoughts on there being a link inside the camp.
You can't. You know, you're trying to win a football tournament, and their own media are leaking tactical information 2 hours after we've walked off the training pitch. Now they'll say, you know, they'll excuse it as they've got it from within the camp, which clearly they have. But you know, why? How does that help the team? How does that help the team that we give the Swiss, who might have been expecting us to play differently, 3 days to work out what we might do. I have to say it because I repeat, this is the environment we're working in. It's difficult. It's more difficult than it should be, but we're still going.
Benny, let's talk about this leak inside the camp. So my taking of it, and yours is going to be more knowledgeable, my taking is that a player, when he gets the team, would tell, for argument's sake, his agent. And agents have relationships, some not all, with journalists for various reasons. And sometimes a journalist might say to an agent, listen, if you give me the team a day or two early, I will make sure we go easy on your client. Or words to that effect. Does that sort of thing happen? Is that how leaks get out?
Yeah, a little bit, because I mean, Gareth's talking about leaks now. Leaks have always been a thing, and that's just the part and parcel of the environment that you're in. I don't remember there being open training days and the team doing it tactically. I always thought, certainly the open workouts I can remember, like when I was with the England squad, we never did tactics on that day. We'd always do like a little small-sided game, a few rondos where two's in the middle, we're trying to keep possession, that type of stuff, just to kind of entertain them. And then the days where the media's not there is where we really try and nail down the tactics, and no one would get an idea, so that wouldn't come through the media. So yeah, 100% the leaks will come from the players telling agents, or them telling their friends, or them telling their girlfriends or wives. It could be anything. Do you know what I mean? That's where the leaks are coming from. Even like down to the squad announcements where, again, I've been victim of that, where I'm waiting to get the phone call to see whether I've made a squad or not, and then I'm finding out on Sky Sports News before I've even had the call that I'm not in the squad. Like, it will come across the bottom, Sky Sports breaking news. We understand that the facts are that Darren Bentner's not made the England squad for the 2010 Euros, whatever it was, the World Cup, whatever it was in that year. So that will come from either the FA or that will come from players.
Okay. Benny, did you ever know of a player that had a direct connection to a newspaper that would give him leaks? Because I know that happens.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, I would never mention their name.
No, of course not.
But I know certain players that took journalists out for dinner, like dinner and things like that, and they had a really close relationship. And then you'd see, I don't know, we'd have a game for England, you'd see their mark in the paper, and you'd go, hold on a second here, they don't deserve that mark. They weren't that good. But that was it. You'd see them close connections with the press, take them out for dinner, have a real close bond with that particular paper, and then obviously the rest is history, really.
Wow. So there's nothing we can really do about it, right? It's going to happen. Whatever squad, whatever team, club, international football, you're always going to get one or two players that leak it to their agents, their friends, or even people at the newspaper.
Well, yeah, of course, because if something's going on in training, like, I don't know, if something big happens in training, and you leave the training ground, like, at times you're going to tell your friends, you're going to tell your parents, your partner, you're going to tell somebody, aren't you, that, oh, you never guess what happened in training today, so-and-so got into a scrap, do you know what I mean, or something like that. Like, it will always get out, unless no one says anything. Unfortunately, it's not the media, as I said, it's not the media, because they do tactics training and game shape and stuff like that on days the media's not there.
Yeah, do you think that the media shouldn't release information about an England starting 11 if it benefits their opponents?
Well, no, because we live in a world where it's about the here and now and who can get it first.
That's right.
Unfortunately, so if I work for a newspaper or I work for a company and I get the team news, I don't know, 2 days before the rest of my competitors, then you best believe I'm putting it out there, because then people are going to start, you know, with social media plays a big part. People are going to, do you know what I mean? I'm going to get bigger opportunities in terms of the job that I do if I'm getting information early. People start following me a little bit more, taking me more seriously. So, unfortunately, as I said, if someone gets it early, it takes a big, strong person and someone with real, not so much morals, because I think that's probably the wrong word, but if I get the information first, and my job is to print the news or to get information out there as quick as possible, then I'm going to get it out there as fast as possible.
Okay, let me ask you this, at either club level or country level, what's the latest you think a manager should inform the players as to whether or not they're starting? Let's start with international football. Let's start with this tournament. England have got a semi-final coming up on Wednesday. When do you think the latest possible moment that Gareth Southgate can inform the 11 that are starting?
Well, the 11 will know, because
what now?
Team shape. Like, if you're working on, well, it depends. I mean, what, 2 days time? So, yeah. I mean, obviously tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah. So today he's probably gone through team shape today, and said, right, this is what we're going to do tactically. This is the way I'm going to line up. This is the way I want us to press when they've got the ball. This is the way I want us to have the ball. This is where the formation I want us to have when we've got the ball. This is where I want us to do when we don't have the ball. So today you have to have time to work on these things. And obviously the Netherlands play a different brand of football, so today he'll be going through tactically what we're going to do. Tomorrow might be a little loosener. Like he might walk through it again, but I think today players will know whether they're starting or not, 100%.
Okay. One of the questions we're going to ask, we're going to put it out there now so people can phone up, 03717223334. We'll take calls in the next section. The question is Harry Kane. I talked to you ever so briefly about this. We haven't taken any calls in. This was at the top of the show. What do you do with Harry Kane, right? Firstly, before you tell me whether or not you start him or not, mark his tournament so far out of 10 for me.
I'd probably say 5.5, 6.
Okay. Now, for an England captain and a striker, that's quite poor. Why, I know you said already you started, why do you start Harry Kane in the next game, the semi-final? Why do you do that?
Just because I think if he gets an opportunity, I know he's going to take it. I know he's not been at his best, but he's just one of those players that when the big occasions turn up, or you need a goal from somewhere, he can produce the goods. And for all the great work he's done, he has still been part of a team that has got to a semi-final. Now, to almost just take him out now when we're at a crucial game, after all the good work that he's done, not just in this tournament, because I know he's not been his best one, since he became England captain, before that, I think that's a big decision. Again, I've said it before, I think he has to drop him for this semi-final. That would arguably be the biggest decision he's ever made since he's been England manager, for sure. Dropping England's captain and record goal scorer.
Okay, so if his form continues, I'm not going to pick on Harry Kane, but a lot of people are talking about it, and his lack of form. If his form continues from the moment the game gets underway and doesn't change, how long would you give him before you make that tactical substitution?
Probably 60, 70 minutes. If he's still not working first half, he's not really involved, not really having too much impetus on the game, then you have to make the change. I think you have to try something different. I mean, what would you do? Would you drop him? Would you start him? What would you do?
I really don't know the answer to that, because part of me thinks you should never change a winning team, but whatever reason England have got to the last four, we haven't been that impressive, but he's part of the reason why we're there. But as you quite rightly said, when he gets his chance, if it's a sort of one-on-one with the keeper or a half chance, you fancy him to do well with it. So I think I'll do what you said, actually. I'm playing for the first hour. If things don't improve, then I'll make changes. I think England have looked their best when they've made changes, actually, ironically, from the starting 11, and they start games quite slow and look a little bit, not fragile, but a little bit scared about going forward. As soon as we make changes and someone like Luke Shaw comes on and gives us a bit of width, and then Cole Palmer comes on, gives us a bit of movement, a bit of energy, a bit of youth as well. I think that England look better. I think England have looked better as the game ebbed and flowed rather than to begin with. So I would start with the same team. Give or take Mark Gurley, I would start with the same team. And then on 60 minutes, I wouldn't leave it as late as Gareth makes changes. He does leave it 75 onwards. I would make changes after 60 minutes is what I would do. And you agree, right?
Yeah, I do agree, yeah.
Okay.
Right, not leaving to the very last minute.
No.
I'd give it 60, 70, then make the changes.
Okay. Well, listen, that's where we're going to go next. What would you do if you were the England manager with Harry Kane? Do you start him? Do you give him 60 minutes? Or maybe you start him with Ivan Toney, 03717223334. Big game coming up for a place in the final. It's live on Talksport against the Netherlands on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Get match ready with Club Card prices. Like Doritos tortilla chips, 180 grams, now £1.29, down from £2.50. With Tesco Club Card, everyone can feel the lower prices. Tesco, every little helps. Majority of model stores in the 16th of July Club Card are app required.
For a chance to win big. Talksport Bet, Backoftas.net broadcaster. Bring it on, bookie. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Got a paintwork scratch, bumper scuff or minor dent? Want it fixed like new? Of course you do. At Chips Away we don't judge, we just fix it. Enter a few details online for a free, no obligation estimate. We'll come to you, or you can visit one of our car care centres. For professional, affordable car body repairs with a lifetime guarantee, visit chipsaway.co.uk. Chips Away, like it never happened.
Kitchen jobs, bedroom jobs. At Howdens, we've got all the essentials you need, and we're always bang on the money. Our even bigger bang on the money range now includes joinery, floors, tools and accessories, worktops, sinks, taps and more. All in local stock and price checked weekly. So ask about our bang on the money range today at your local Howdens, the UK's #1 trade kitchen supplier.
For terms and conditions and to verify, visit howdens.com/radio. Select competitors only. Exclusions apply. Trade customers only.
Big game today. Talk us through how you got all the snacks.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm in the area, see the BP, obviously parked up there, catch the crisp, grab some drinks, up the man, I'm ready to pay. Obviously, scanned the BP, ring rewards, got back in the net. Yeah, no, so we're up to a good start, aren't we? So, yeah.
BP is here for all your big game essentials. Plus, BP Me Rewards members can earn points to put towards great savings. BP, here for all of life's journeys. Obviously. BP Me Rewards card or app required. For full T's and C's, visit bpmerewards.co.uk.
This summer, Talk Sports and The Sun have Euro 2024 vision. We know the players to watch in each home nation's team. The stars who will shine as the fans dare to dream. Now is the time for new heroes to rise. And maybe, just maybe, they'll bring home the prize. Get ahead of the game with breakfast tournament previews on Talk Sports with The Sun. For all the latest Euro goals and gossip, head to thesun.co.uk. Join us for a glorious summer of football on Talk Sport with The Sun.
Talk Sport traffic.
Sunset, the M5 southbound is queuing after a collision near junction 20 for Clevedon, with queues all the way back up to junction 18A for the M49. In Oxfordshire, the M40 southbound is partly blocked by breakdown. It's between junction 10 for Brackley and junction 9 for Bicester. And in Surrey, delays of an hour on the anti-clockwise M25. You've got roadworks there at junction 6 for Godstone, with queues all the way back to Leatherhead at junction 9. I'm Adam Moore.
UEFA Euro 2024, Germany.
And it's gone in! Wednesday night from 8, live, full match commentary of Netherlands versus England. The flame lives on!
Talk Sport.
Tritters!
It's at Eurodrive and Talksport with me, Andy Gosling, Darren Bennett alongside. Still to come on our show, we'll be talking about Lewis Hamilton, who incredibly won the British Grand Prix yesterday. Did you watch that, Benty? Did you see that? I know you love a bit of Grand Prix.
Yeah, I did, to be fair. He was absolutely flying. Fair play to him, man. Do you know what I mean? Record at Silverstone as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, did you watch it? Did you watch it?
Sir Lewis. No, unfortunately I wasn't working, so I couldn't.
Why do you sound all posh when you said the word working?
Because I like to make sure I get my words across clearly, so I was working.
Okay, rather than the potty mouth we heard earlier on. We'll take calls on all things Lewis Hamilton in a moment. You can have your say now if you want to pick up the phone. 03717223344. Just quickly, Man City registered an interest in Newcastle and England winger Anthony Gordon, whose contract runs out in June 2026. A quick word on that, Ben. Is that surprising? We know he's a good player. We've not really seen, well, we haven't seen him for England. Are you surprised that he could be linked to Man City or not?
No, I mean, obviously Pep's looked at him and you know what Pep's like. It must be incredibly difficult, or even though Newcastle's a big club, when a side like Manchester City come calling, and a coach like Pep, because you know what Pep can turn you into.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me. And if Pep obviously says, see something in Andy Gordon that he likes, then it's going to be incredibly difficult if they really do pursue that for them to keep him.
Okay. Back to football calls in just a moment, but we can head over to Wimbledon, of course, for an update. Lisa O'Sullivan is watching for TalkSport.
Novak Djokovic is going to have to wait a little bit longer. He's playing Holger Rune a little bit later, but Taylor Fritz has taken Alexander Zverev to a fifth set, taking the fourth in the tie-break, 7 points to 3. Over on court number 1, Danielle Collins, in her farewell year on the tennis tour, is playing Barbora Krejcikova. They're in the very early stages. Collins has held serve and leads 1 game to love.
Perfection as always. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for that, Lisa. Let's go to the phone lines. We're talking about Harry Kane. Does he start? Does he start alongside someone else, or do you drop him? 03717223344. Dave's an Arsenal fan. He's first up. Hi, Dave.
Hello, Andy. How are you? Right?
I'm great. How are you today?
Yeah, good mate. Yeah, just driving home and just thought I'd call in about this Harry Kane.
Oh, that's nice. Is it before you talk about Harry Kane? Is he coming home?
Of course he's coming home, but we have him playing for us might not.
Okay.
I don't think he's ready. I don't think he should be there. I think he should be dropped.
Right.
He's a good player. Yeah, he's a good server. I know what Ben's on about. Because we're not here to put servants on the plate. We need strikers. He's not performing. He had 1 goal given to him on his head. I could have scored it.
Oh no, it was a good header. Come on, it was a good header.
Yeah. You could have scored it. I mean, that's his job. But as for leaving him on, you got Ollie Watkins just run his legs off. Ivan Toney run his legs off. Harry Kane's lazy. We all know it. Everyone's saying it. And he needs to be performing.
Okay.
And we're not about the semi-finals, surely.
Let me ask you then, Dave, because what he does do, we know we do sometimes moan at the fact that he drops so deep, but what he does when he drops deep is he'll sometimes take a defender with him, and that can create space for the wide men to fall into. We would lose that if you dropped it.
South Coast will let him do that. everyone drops back with him. Our only striker is in defence.
Yeah.
Seriously? I just don't get it.
Okay,
you know, very much we've had this team and this is all good. We need a player that's going to run and look for and want the ball.
Okay, Dave, thank you for that. Benny, let me ask you, what Harry Kane does, just going back to what I was talking about there, when he does drop incredibly deep and he can sometimes put a defender with him and create that space, you lose all that, but you do gain other things, like you do gain someone that can play on the shoulder really well and also someone that will chase the ball if you were to put an Ollie Watkins in as well. How much do you lose by taking out Harry Kane? How much do you gain by putting Watkins in? If it is Watkins or Tony?
I mean, with his Watkins, you gain the legs and obviously running behind his movement, his pace. But obviously you lose. I mean, unless it's Ivan Toney, who can play that same similar role to Harry Kane, where he can drop in, but he'll stay high, he'll hold the ball up, he'll bring others into play. I think he's probably more suited a little bit more Ivan Toney than maybe Ollie Watkins. But the thing that gets me about Harry Kane, it must be a bit frustrating because we've done shows before where people just don't like him. And I think a lot of that, and unfortunately that's what it comes down to. We've done shows how many times talking about how good is Harry Kane. We read off his stats. He's England's all-time record goal scorer, Spurs' all-time record goal scorer, the amount of big games that he's scored in. And people focus so much on the things that he can't do, what he's not won, and things like that. At times it's a little bit over the top, I think. Because it's almost like people go, no, he's not that good. He's average. Come on now, one thing we know about Harry Kane, he's not average, is he? You don't score that many goals to be average.
I agree. Listen, we're big fans of his. Some people, as you said, aren't. I do find that bizarre. I wonder if Jamie, the QPR fan, is a big fan. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, Glenn, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
Yeah, good show. Thank you. I'm good, thank you, mate. I want to sort of continue the conversation with previous caller. I'm obviously a QPR fan, but I'm a friend of a lot of Spurs fans. And they keep saying to me, the reason he's not being Harry Kane, doing what he does, is a service thing. They're saying that he's not getting enough service. To me, I'm thinking, is that a cop-out, or is he not breaking lines enough, or is he not off the shoulder? He's not going finding space off defenders to create the pass for the midfielders, the full-backs, the whip balls in, because he's not there. Is it a service thing?
So what do you do with him then, Jamie? How do you solve that problem?
I'd love him just to play in the box, in the 18-yard box. Don't go wandering around. We've got great players in every position, so why is he falling back so deep to try and help the midfield, even centre-backs, when his role in this team, for me, as a great goal scorer that he is to get in that box and score goals.
Yeah.
So why is he not doing that?
Benty, I don't know if you know this, you won't remember it, of course, because you weren't born, and before you say it, neither was I, but in '66, Jimmy Greaves was injured, I think, for the semi-finals, so didn't play, and Jeff Hurst played in that. And Jimmy Greaves was the Jimmy Greaves we know and love, so he was the Harry Kane. And he was fit for the final and left out for Sir Jeff Hurst, who of course scored the hat-trick. So I mean, you're talking about the highest possible stage where a manager makes a ballsy move. That was it. To leave out Jimmy Greaves was unthinkable. Do you think the same for Harry Kane if we get to that Euro final and he has another game similar to the one we've seen or the ones we've seen? You think it's still impossible for him to be dropped?
Yeah, I can't see Gareth Southgate making that decision. I don't think he's that brave to be able to do that. I mean, if he did it, then wow. I just can't see him doing that. I know about the Jimmy Greaves and the Jeff Hurst, I get that. But I just think Gareth Southgate sometimes maybe a bit too loyal to certain players. But I think he's that close to the final that I just don't think he'd do it. But again, with Harry Kane, he's always played that same way. He's always dropped deep. He's always linked play. He's always allowed others to run in behind him. So, like, a service thing, I get it. All centre-forwards need some form of service. But Harry Kane's always been a centre-forward that maybe hasn't relied on service as much. So we're almost like trying to find an excuse as to why it's not working for him. And sometimes it's just simple as it's just not working for him. Sometimes it's as simple as that. Rather than trying to pick the bones out of it, maybe just not having a good tournament because he's lack of fitness, maybe lack of form.
Yeah, that all changes on Wednesday when he gets a hat-trick. Hi, Kieran.
Hi, chaps. How are we doing?
I'm great. How are you today?
Yeah, doing good, boys.
Kieran, let me ask you, you're a Man United fan, and United have been linked to Harry Kane, it seems, every single transfer window. If United put a bid in for £80 million in this window and got him, would you be happy?
Well, yeah, of course you would. He's the best centre-forward in world football, mate. You'd be mad to disagree with that. I just think when we look at it, I think everyone's hung up just on Harry Kane. We've got to look at other players within there. Kyle Walker, John Stones, away from Pep, they're absolutely dross. They've put nothing together. And I think, as we look at it, Harry Kane is an unbelievable goal scorer.
Yeah.
You know, I was agreeing with Benty earlier when he was saying Or it might be yourself in terms of minutes to play. Yeah, I get that, you know, Watkins can add different things with running behind lines and Tony with holding up ball play, but I think we've got to start looking at other people in the pitch. I think Declan Rice, yeah, is an absolute defensive machine, but I don't think he's played many good forward balls. Mainu, I think, has been mint, but I'm going to say that I'm biased, I'm a United fan, but I counted the other day in the Swiss game, the back passes from John Stones and Walker was 37 side passes and back passes from them two alone.
You counted that, did you, during the game? You counted that on your own?
Genuinely, that's how bad and boring that game was.
Kieran, who did you watch the game with for you to start counting that?
I watched it with the wife, mate. No wonder it was boring.
It's not her fault.
Well, no, it's not that, mate, but it's difficult to celebrate a game like that when your wife's there. It's difficult to put you down and you calm down and what have you, right? But
yeah, how do you think she feels seeing her husband go 1, 2, 3? I mean, you got to feel for Mrs. Kieran.
Yeah, I get that, mate.
Yeah.
Like, she knows I'm a United fan, mate. She knows I'm used to Chelsea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, Kieran, go on.
I just think, boys, I think we're hung up on Harry Kane too much. Truthfully, I do. I think we need to look at other positions. As I say, he's scored, 49 goals, 51 appearances all comps last season? Yeah. And he's done it in the Prem as well, lads, so we can't forget that.
No, we can't. Thank you for your call, Kieran. Good luck counting back pass. Did you see, was it England? It was, Benty, on Saturday afternoon. We had a corner and he went all the way back to the goalkeeper. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that, yeah. Oh, wow.
I mean that has been England so far this tournament. I hope all that changes. I don't think it will. I can see you on YouTube. It looks like it's getting hotter. Why don't you take your jumper off? What you got underneath?
Well, I've got a white t-shirt on, but do you know what? It looks hot, but I'm actually not that bad. I'm not sweating or anything. I'm glowing if anything.
You are glowing, yeah.
Not so bad.
Yeah, you've had a lot of makeup on in between the breaks. We get a live feed. A lot of makeup going on your face. Benny, you stay there, let your makeup lady come and touch you up again. No, that sounds wrong. Still to come on our show, we'll be talking about Sir Lewis Hamilton's incredible British Grand Prix win yesterday. First, it's time for No Googling. That is a makeup phrase, by the way, everyone, alright? The last No Googling of the day. 2021, Hamilton became the 4th Formula 1 driver to be knighted. Can you name the other 3? The answer to that. And more from me and Benny right after this live driver to sport.
Celebrate 125 years of great value at Morrison's with 3 for £10 on over 80 fresh meat and fish barbecue favourites. That's more firing up the barbie.
Morrison's to shop at Morrison's.
Majority of stores and online subject to availability. The best burgers 340 grams, £3.75. Prawns 120 grams, £3.75. Selected lines.
At Intuit QuickBooks, we know it's all about the football this summer. We're talking proper back of the net and top corner, not balance sheets and bottom lines. Overhead kicks, not overhead costs. Take control of your business finances with Intuit QuickBooks. Simple, smart accounting software and discover more time to enjoy the tournament and more time to moan about VAR, not VAT. Intuit QuickBooks. That's how you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
There's a one-up affair match between the 14th of June to the 14th of July. Offers may vary. European Championships only. T&Cs apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
At Lookers, you choose from over 30 manufacturers and over 6,000 vehicles online. Choose how you buy. Go completely online or completely in person. Or even a mixture of both. It's up to you. Choose to collect in store or have it delivered direct to your door. New or used, small or grande, we've got something for every taste. Lookers, a good deal, better. Visit lookers.co.uk.
Stop, listen, chicken. The 8 mini fillet bucket, $6.99. 8 succulent mini fillets. Buy, eat, digest, good, repeat. Believe in deals, believe in chicken. Until 21st of July, subject to availability. Participating restaurants only, not available on delivery. See website for full T&Cs.
Here we are then, Jeff. Just minutes to go until the whistle. Will they make it?
Tense is an understatement, Jeff. There's so much riding on it. The question is, will they be able to find that extra gear when they need it most?
And here we go. Oh yes, they made it. That's why you drive a properly maintained vehicle.
Love to see that.
It's starting, come on.
Make sure your journey to the match is a smooth one. Book a free vehicle safety check today at quickfit.com or your local centre. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
This Euros, The Sun is bringing you all the gossip, goals and giants of the game. Get insights and analysis from Harry. Should have been England.
manager, Bretnar, Jack, the maestro, Wilshire, Gordon, no nonsense, Strachan, and Jurgen, the winner, Klinsmann. You won't want to miss it. Don't miss out, only in the Sun.
It's hard to see the screen in the pub. So watch the match at home with 2 Stone-baked pizzas and 4 Budweisers. Now £5 for members at Co-op. Available online or in-store. Non-members £6 and 16th of July. Selected products and stores excludes independent cooperatives. Co-op membership required, subject to availability. 18 plus. Drink responsibly.
24 teams, 10 host cities, 1 glittering prize.
Total Fußball, baby.
Oh, it's running shy! Talk Sport and Talk Sport 2.
Licensed broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Jane got a man who's sat opposite me. She's going to read the news in a minute. A couple of times I've asked you this question over the last few weeks. Is it coming home, or England going in Euros? You got money on Germany, and you lost your money.
I was very sad on Friday.
Were you?
I was watching it randomly at the Oval, where I was supposed to be watching cricket, but it was rained off. So we were just watching on a screen, and when Spain got that second goal, I turned around and just shouted an expletive. I opened my eyes. I know, and there was like a 9-year-old boy there, and I just screamed in his face. One of the worst ones.
You know we're live. You know people can hear this conversation.
But I'm just explaining how sad I was on Friday.
Who's
How
going to
bad
win
it
the Euros?
got. England will now, yeah.
Now you say it.
There you go.
You listen to Eurodrive with me, Henry Goldstein, Darren Bent, alongside Torf from Munich. Still coming on our show, we'll discuss 2 of Britain's great sporting stars of all time. Not me and Benny, Sir Andy Murray and Sir Lewis Hamilton. All that is coming up. First with the news headlines, another potty mouth. Shelley got that.
Talk Sport News.
Thanks, Andy. Good evening. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, has given her first speech on a busy day for the new government, promising a planning revolution which will speed up house building. She's bringing back housing targets and wants councils to review Greenbelt boundaries. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has completed a tour of the devolved nations, meeting political leaders in Wales and Northern Ireland. Sir Keir Starmer says it's important to reset relations. Joe Biden's told members of his Democrat Party that he's not blind to concerns about his age, but in a letter he wrote it's time to end speculation that he might quit the presidential race, which he reiterated to US broadcaster MSNBC.
We're not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. I wouldn't be running if I didn't absolutely believe that I am the best candidate to beat Donald Trump in 2024.
The parents of a teenage girl have appeared in court charged with her murder. Police were called to a house in Darlington last Friday where 14-year-old Scarlett Vickers had suffered a single stab wound. And there's a warning the price of a brew could be about to rise. Extreme weather in India is being blamed for pushing the cost of tea up by as much as 20%.
Talk Sport with Bostik. If you need a professional grade sealant with high mold resistance, easy tooling and minimal shrinkage, choose Bostik Pro Sealants.
Luke Shaw insists the England team love Gareth Southgate and you can't understand the stick he gets. Meanwhile, it's confirmed England versus the Netherlands will be refereed by a German who has previous for match fixing. Craig has more at 7.
In Dusseldorf, did Southgate's men score 5 cool-headed penalties. The Swiss vanquished, a job well done. England continue on their run into this week's semis. And all the birds should hear them there, and all should cry, beware, beware. Just 2 more games to take our chance. First the Dutch, then Spain or France. It's time to believe we can get through and see England's Euro dreams come true. Here full uninterrupted white-knuckle commentary of England versus the Netherlands in the Euro semi-finals.
It is game on!
This Wednesday night from 7 on Talk Sport.
Official broadcast of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
This is Drive, Euro Drive. On TalkSport, me and Goldstein, Benny alongside. In a moment, we'll be talking about Sir Lewis Hamilton and his incredible victory at the British Grand Prix. The answer to the no good bit in the last one of the day was about him. He became the 4th Formula 1 driver to be knighted. Can you name the other 3? Bentley, have you got the answers in front of you? Do you know the other three sirs that have been F1 drivers? Do you know them?
No, I don't. Me and Brian were trying to guess and work it out. I think I've got an idea, but not all of them.
Go on, who have you got?
So I'm going to go for Sterling Moss.
Well, say his name properly.
Right?
Say his name properly.
Sir Sterling Moss.
Yes, Sir Sterling Moss, yeah.
Sir Jackie Stewart.
You've so got these in front of you. I'm looking at them. Producer John's got them. Okay, who's the other one?
Nope. And the other one, I have no idea. Sir David Coulthard.
Sir David Coulthard?
Yeah, is that right?
How do you know that? You've cheated, haven't you?
Do you know what? When you say that, I know I've got it wrong.
Yeah,
when you say that, same thing.
You have. You have. Sir Alain Prost is the other one.
No, it's not.
Sir Jack Brabham is the other one. Have you heard of him?
I would have never got that one, no.
Well, you didn't. Right, time now to look at the King Performance thanks to Burger King.
King Performance on Talk Sport with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
Right, Benny, what are you going for? Talk to me. Who have you picked?
As in, well, do you know, it was quite difficult because there wasn't really a lot of standout performance, obviously, that last round, but the one player that did stand out to me was having a great tournament. I've gone for Cody Gakpo.
Okay.
I think, again for the Netherlands, I think Denzel Dumfries was very good, but Cody Gakpo, again, second half, coming out, trying to make things happen. Didn't get credited with the goal because it was an own goal, even though at first they thought it was his. I think he's had an exceptional tournament, and he was the one constant I felt for the Netherlands in that game against Turkey, that he kept going, that he'd make something happen, and obviously he was there when the ball came across. So yeah, I'm going to go Cody Gakpo.
Okay. Where Liverpool have got an abundance of talent going forward, when they've got to find three, they've got, I think, 5 to choose from. Is he good enough to start week in, week out, as much as Salah does for them or not?
Well, listen, no one's going to be on the same level as Salah.
No.
I feel that if you're a Liverpool manager, you look at the way that he's played, coming off the left-hand side, I wouldn't play him centre forward anymore.
No.
He quite clearly looks more comfortable when he plays coming off the left. And I know Luis Diaz is out there and Darwin Núñez, but for me, Cody Gakpo in this tournament has surely got to have impressed Arne Slot and gone, you know what, I'll give him an opportunity plan left because he looked really good.
Okay. That was our King Performance pick in association with our friends at Burger King.
King Performance on Talk Sport with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
Now, Sir Lewis Hamilton incredibly won the British Grand Prix for the 9th time yesterday. In the process, he became the first F1 driver to win a race in 16 different seasons. That is ridiculous. Meanwhile, Andy Murray's final ever Wimbledon is over prematurely after Emma Raducanu pulled out the mixed doubles. It means he'll leave the All England club having won the tournament twice. I want to talk to you before we discuss the two, Benny. Are you aware of the Emma Raducanu scenario?
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit. I get it. You've got to be a little bit self-minded. I understand that she's trying to find some good form, but
yeah.
I don't know, just for Andy Murray, who's been absolutely incredible, to pull out of that was poor, if I'm honest. I didn't like seeing it because Andy Murray.
Right. Well, you and our views differ, right? Because this is my view on it.
Go on.
Since she won in America, right, she's been pretty appalling. And she's not lived up to the hype, and she's had copious amounts of pressure every time she steps onto a court. And all of a sudden, she's got a game at Wimbledon, and if she wins it, she's in the last day. She's got a problem, whatever it is, how big or small, with, I think, her wrist. And the mixed doubles is a little bit of an afterthought for her. It's probably more about Andy Murray than it is for her. I think she's got, even though she lost yesterday, I watched the match, she's got to think about herself more than just what a great send-off it'll be for Andy Murray, who's won the competition twice.
Yeah, no, and I get that. I know you've got to be quite self-minded. Hold on 1 second. Can you see these guys? Sorry, can you see these guys behind me?
No, well, I can see people behind you. Explain what's happening.
They're just making up a whole bunch of noise. Now that we're live, we know we're live on air, that Villa Tops and all that. So, can you hear this? Can you hear all of this?
See, this is why you hate the general public, Benny, isn't it? Look,
yeah.
on your left shoulder, the fellow on your left shoulder, look.
Alright, please don't swear. Right, please don't swear. I'm not quite sure where you want to go with this, Andy, but
I want to see you suffer. This is awful. Keep going, Benny.
No, the guys are great. But as we were talking about there, nice guys, appreciate it, yeah?
Why is Ryan not doing his thing? Why is he not protecting duty
Well,
should be
he's kind of behind the camera doing his thing, but listen, what we talk about there, completely around a corner.
You were talking about how much you hate the general public, and that underlined it, Benny.
No, I loved it. Love the guys. Love the guys. It was one of them for every around the corner. I get it. She's got to think about herself, but it would have been nice for Andy Murray. You talk about one of the greatest tennis players, certainly the greatest British sportsman of all time. Come on, like, just give him that.
Benny, just ask him a question. Just say, is he coming home, or what do you think of Villa? Just ask, what do you think of Gabby Agbonlahor? Ask him that. He's with me on Wednesday. Ask him what they're making of him. They're Villa fans, right?
Oh, wait there, 1 second.
Go on.
Yeah, wait there, 1 second.
Okay.
Go on.
Go on.
Wait, we're live on radio, so Andy Goldstein's on the other end, and he wants you to know, what do you think of Gabby Agbonlahor?
Gabby Agbonlahor, great guy.
Yeah?
He talks a bit of breeze sometimes. I'm trying to watch my language. Yeah. No, his ball knowledge is not good. The guys, yeah. But hey, Villa legend. He's a Villa legend. Come on. Did you play with Gabby? Did you?
Yeah, he's a Villa legend.
What do you think of Gabby?
Yeah, he's cool. What a guy. We love him.
And also,
do you know what? Andy, 1 second, please. You want to sit there? 1 second. Do you know what? When I come up here, I'll come find you guys.
Stay with him. Ask him if they think Villa was... Andy wants to know, will Villa stay up? Say that.
No. Andy, you come here and ask that question, right? You come here and ask that question.
You've done well to get him away, Benny. How did you move on so quickly?
Do you know, they've got some bouncers behind the camera that are trying to just arrive. They just had to shove people away.
Yeah.
But no, it was they were quite complimentary of Gabby, weren't they? Villa legend, Villa legend.
Yeah. They were quite drunk as well, weren't they? You did well to tell them to let their back now and see them over your shoulder.
Yeah, they are back incredibly. I mean, Joe, I felt a bit rude, right? Me saying watch your language after my performance the other night.
Yes. That's a very good point. Is it? I'm quite fascinated to see what happens. Is it getting a little bit lively there now?
It is, but it's been quite lively all afternoon. But I think obviously as the alcohol's flowing, people realise there's a camera here. You know, it's like when people see a camera, they want to come and get involved. There's the football fans as well. Obviously, they listen to TalkSport, the world's biggest sports radio station. It's one of those. I mean, I can still hear them over my left shoulder. Yeah. But I'm hoping that they're going to start moving away a little bit.
No,
you know,
bring them back. Ask me what the score's going to be on Wednesday. Go on.
No. Even when we go to a break, I'm going to continue to hold this mic like I'm still on air.
Benny, you're going to have to throw to a break. Say, more coming up after this break as loud as you can. Say that.
Still come up. What was the saying? So again,
I just want them to know you're going for a break so they can come over and annoy you.
Yes, Andy, what else you want to talk about there? Yeah, I've still got a good 15-20 minutes of the show now. So, yeah, what was your point there about...
Benny, I thought you loved the public. I thought you loved them. That's what you tell me on national radio. I love them coming up to me.
Joe, I love them. And, Joe, I've got so much time for everybody. I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to do a live radio session. Yeah. Listen, if they start swearing, I'm not getting fired.
We'll dump it. We'll dump it. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Joe, with Andy, we have... Oh, no, yeah, they've gone. They've got to get some food now.
That's what we'll do. We'll go to break. There will be people listening on the app, right? There will be people watching on YouTube. If you are near Darren Bent, go up to him now, sit on his lap, sit over his shoulder, rub his hair, do it. You'll be on telly, kids. All right, go do that. We're going to have a quick break. We'll have some fun with Benny. Hopefully you as well in the background after this live and drive.
It's almost like they're just so scared at the minute.
The sun was shining. The ducks were quacking. All was well as Derek Jones stubbed out his lunchtime cigarette on the ground and put his rubbish in the bin. On his way back to work, he suddenly felt terribly guilty. But why? What had he done? He was racking his brains, and then he saw it. A duck pointing angrily at his discarded cigarette butt. You don't think you're a litterer, but cigarette butts are rubbish. If you smoke, bin your butts. Keep Britain tidy.
At Intuit QuickBooks, we know it's all about the football this summer. We're talking proper back of the net and top corner, not balance sheets and bottom lines. Overhead kicks, not overhead costs. Take control of your business finances with Intuit QuickBooks. Simple, smart accounting software, and discover more time to enjoy the tournament and more time to moan about VAR, not VAT. Intuit QuickBooks. That's how you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Cheshire, the M56 eastbound is partly blocked after a collision just by the entry slip at junction 7 from Chester Road. In Hampshire, the M27 westbound is partly blocked after a collision on the exit to Hedge End at junction 7. And in Hertfordshire, delays on the clockwise M25. That's partly blocked by a broken down coach. It's just after junction 20 for Kings Langley, with queues back to Watford at junction 19. I'm Adam Moore.
The fans today were absolutely buzzing with excitement.
Yeah, proper quality everywhere you look, from the 3 layers of delicious beef right down to the bone.
Seeing a burger like that really makes you want to get stuck in.
There really is nothing like the new Hat-Trick Burger from McDonald's. A triple stack burger with cheese and grilled onions. From 11 a.m. until the 16th of July. Participating restaurants only, subject to availability.
Pump up your summer.
Brilliantly done!
Euro Drives with Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent
on Talk Sport.
Zeit für den Fußball.
It's a Euro Driver Talk Sport with me, Andy Goldstein, and a very popular Darren Bent. Benty, I was just watching in the advert. He didn't go out, but I could see someone into the gallery. Lots of them came over to you. You shoved them away. You were like, lads, just go away, mate. I can't be bothered with the public. It's terrible.
No, actually, I jumped the fence and I went and had pictures of all of them. So that's me. But you know what? Honestly, I'm a big fan of the general public. I love these guys. I can't wait to see you at Box Park because you have not witnessed anything yet.
I don't mind that. What didn't surprise me? When you shook hands with one of them just now, you instantly sanitised straight after. That's weird, man.
Honestly, if anyone's listening to our show, which you probably are, when you see Andy Goldstein at Box Park, please go up to him, touch him, do all that, jump the ropes, do everything, please.
Touch him. Don't jump the ropes. You'll be thrown out. You're missing the game. Just quickly, a reminder that from us at 7 Adrian Darren brings you Euro kick-off tonight. England legend Stuart Pearce and TalkSport's England commentator Jim Proudfoot alongside. A takes over in 10 minutes' time. We'll have the end of show quiz in just a moment. We'll also hear from Luke Shaw. But first, we can head over to Wimbledon. Lisa O'Sullivan has an update for us.
Yeah, Benty, of course, we've got the TalkSport tradition of rubbing Andy Goldstein's head for luck as well every time there's a big match, so don't forget to do that if you're in the Box Park. We've got an upset here. Alexander Zverev, the number 4 seed, has gone out. He was 2 sets up against Taylor Fritz of the USA, who's into the quarterfinals for a second time. First time in 24 years we've got two American men, should I say, into the quarterfinals at Wimbledon. Over on court number 1, Danielle Collins is all 3 up on serve, with Barbora Krejcikova looking for the final spot in the women's quarterfinals on this side of the door.
Yeah, Lisa O'Sullivan, of course, joking. It's you up my head, you get thrown out. We'll have some fun with the end of the show quiz in just a moment, but let's hear from the England defender Luke Shaw. He's been speaking to the media today. Said Gareth Southgate deserves more respect for what he's done for the country.
To be honest, I don't really understand the criticism. I think what he's done for the country, for us as players as well. You know, I think he's really took us to the next level. I think no manager's really been as successful as him as what he's doing recently. I think it's now another semi-final, and for me and us as players, we love him.
Benny, listen, I mean, that's fair, is it? You're going to understand that players that are playing for Gareth Southgate, they obviously see a totally different side to the one that we're seeing. So I can understand why a player would come out and say that. Can you?
Of course, yeah. And if you look at someone like Gareth Southgate and what he's done for some of the players in terms of protection, looking after his players, I think he's been, as a man manager, I would have loved to have played for him, because he just looks like the type of manager you want to play for. He's protected those players, even when there's been tough times for them. I mean, he's had to come out and make big statements concerning things, you know, so many different issues over the years, the racism situation when the guys missed the penalties. There's been so much stuff where you go, Gareth Southgate, fair play to you, and he hasn't shied away from any of it. So I can understand why the players absolutely love him.
Okay. Right, it's time now for the end of show quiz, everyone. Now, Benty, this is me asking you questions. I don't know if you're aware of this, but earlier on I came up with an idea and I said to producer Joe and No Town Dan, who's suffering from a horrific hangover, yeah, he said today. I said, how about this for the end of the show quiz, that you put together some German words, because Benty's been out there for nigh a month, and he has to tell us if they, well, what they mean. I'm going to give you multiple choice. And then, yeah, all right, then they handed me a bit of paper with all German words on, so I'm going to have to try and pronounce them, okay? Have you picked up any of the German language while you've been out there?
Not particularly. A little bits here and there, but not too much.
Okay. Are you ready, Betty? So I'm going to give you a German word. I do apologise, by the way, when I pronounce these, because they would all be pronounced wrong. But I'll do my best. So I'll give you the German word, and I'll give you 3 possible words that it could mean in English, and only one of them is real. Are you ready, Betty?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
What is, question 1, what is a Purzelbaum? Purzelbaum. P-U-R-Z-E-L-Baum. B-A-U-M. Is it a somersault, a tumble dryer, or a kneecap? Purzelbaum.
I'm going to go for a tumble dryer.
Oh, you've so got the answers in front of you.
It's wrong.
It's the wrong answer. I don't know. Jack obviously hasn't got the answers in front of him because he's giving you...
So scared at the minute.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. It's a somersault. Question number 2. What is a Luftschloss? L-U-F-T-S-C-H loss. Luftschloss. Is it a broom? Is it an unrealistic dream or a crazy idea? Last night,
I'm going for a crazy dream.
Crazy
idea.
A crazy idea. You should have gone for the dream because it is an unrealistic dream. So far,
scared at the minute.
So far, 9. As in none. Next up is a cop. Oh dear, cop. Hold on, let me say this off my telephone. I don't know if I'm going to swear it. I'm just going to say it. Get ready. Copficino. Copficino. K-O-P-F-K-I-N-O. Copficino. What's that? Is it a headache visualising on the toilet? Where's the Copficino?
I've got a headache.
No, again, you got that one wrong. It's visualising. Right.
So scared at the minute.
These words are getting more difficult. Right. What is, Benny, a Zungenbrecher? Zungenbrecher.
You're not even saying it right, so I don't know what you're on about.
So I am Zungenbrecher. Zungenbrecher. Z-U-N-G, that's your Zung. E-N, Zungenbrecher. B-R-E-C-H-E-R. Is it a phrase that's hard to say? Is it an insult or an egg, Darren Ben?
I'm going for an insult.
It's not, it's a phrase that's hard to say. Usually at this stage, I would say, oh, let's forget it, it's not working, but I just want to see if you'll get any right. Question number 5. What is a Shunik Shanak? Shunik Shanak. Is it frills, a delicious snack, or a type of cricket shot?
It's got to be delicious snacks, no?
No, it's frills. So far, you've got all of these wrong. What is a quiet, oh, I'm going to swear again. Quiet Schnittchen. Quiet Schnittchen. Is it a plug socket, a rubber duck, or a bottle of water?
It must be a plug socket. It has to be a plug socket.
No, it's a rubber duck, Benny. We've got 2... I could have ruined this ages ago, but no, we'll keep going. What is a Posselich? Posselich. Is it a coat, a mug, or cute?
Got to be a mug, no?
No, mug wasn't even one of the possible ones I gave you. That was mud. Cute. This is the last one.
Mud.
This is the last one. Blubberwasser. A blubberwasser. I think I'm pronouncing it absolutely perfectly. Is it a beer? Is it sparkling water? Or is it a phone charger? I need a blubberwasser.
Sparkling water.
It's the right answer, Benny. Well done. Congratulations. 1 out of 8. Bentley, listen, I'm not speaking to you before the England game, which is on Wednesday, live on TalkSport, 8 o'clock. What will the score be, Darren Ben?
2-1 to England.
Okay, he's coming home. Benny, have a lovely evening, even more so knowing that you've got to walk past hundreds upon hundreds of England fans that have all had a drink. Thank you for coming on, my friend. I love you loads. I'll speak to you soon.
Nice one, Bob. I'll see you on. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
I will speak to you tomorrow. I'm back tomorrow with Andy Townsend. Stay with TalkSport. I'm off to watch Love Island. Have a good evening. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
You searched for your informant, but lips were sealed. You swept the city, driving closer to the truth. While curled up on the couch with your cat. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-pounding thrillers on Audible. Subscription required. See audible.co.uk for terms.
At Intuit QuickBooks, we know it's all about the football this summer. We're talking proper back of the net and top corner, not balance sheets and bottom lines. Overhead kicks, not overhead costs. Take control of your business finances with Intuit QuickBooks. Simple, smart accounting software, and discover more time to enjoy the tournament and more time to moan about VAR, not VAT. Intuit QuickBooks. That's how you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Jacobs on TalkSport with Toolstation. Unfiltered football debate done right.
Vatican City football team, Pep Swiss Guardiola.
Big-hitting cricket comment done right.
Ricky Pontiff. You can't have cricket.
Knockout boxing opinion done right.
That was a classic, legendary.
Entertaining afternoon radio done right.
Well, some would say it's absolutely.
Hawksby and Jacobs, weekday afternoons from 1 on TalkSport with Toolstation for a job done right.
At Betfred, we want to support all our customers in keeping their gambling fun.
My nephew bets with his mates and they do the rackers and everything together. In his WhatsApp group, they all know how much they're betting.
You know, keep an eye on each other that nobody's going silly like that.
Similar to us, but I actually go into a shop and we all spend the same. That's the rule.
Betting socially is just one of the ways that you can gamble safely.
What's your stick to?
5.
5 for each.
Yeah. 25 years I've had that 5.
How do you keep it fun? Gamble safely with Betfred.
Seize the great British summer with Deliveroo. From sausages and sun cream for sunny day barbecues to fiery Thai or hot wings for rainy nights in. We'll deliver your summer essentials, whatever the weather. From the restaurants and stores you love in as little as 30 minutes. Open the Deliveroo app and order now. If only the weather was as reliable. Geographical restrictions, service and delivery fees apply. Delivery times may vary. See an app for current delivery estimates.
I tell you what, Jen, it's been some journey, but here they are, just moments away from the whistle.
Absolutely, there's been twists, there's been turns, not to mention that parking of the bus. But as the clock runs down, I think they're going to make
It
it.
goes to show that you can really handle the pressure when your tyres are performing.
Hello, has the game started yet?
Top performance.
Driving home from the match? Keep your tyres in peak condition. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. QuickFit, drive away happy every time.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Booking geniuses. Get up to 5 gigs of free mobile data for your holiday when you book with On the Beach. FaceTime, Facebook, and a face full of patatas bravas. On the beach, book like a genius, holiday like a fool.
Conditions and exclusions apply. At Unprotected.
On the beach. On 10:89 and 10:53 a.m. Online, on the app, on your smart speaker. Official broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024, Germany. Talk Sport.
Talk Sport.
At 7, I'm Craig Wakeling with the latest. The ref for England's quarter-final on Wednesday night has a bit of previous with our own Jude Bellingham. German Felix Zweier was suspended for 6 months for his part in a match-fixing scandal which involved fellow ref Robert Heuser back in the mid-noughties. Fast forward a few years, Bellingham called Zweier out on that after a controversial Bundesliga defeat he was at the centre of and earned himself a 40 grand fine for doing so. So, is there anything for England to be concerned about there? Here's Luke Shaw.
No, not at all. I think we have to respect UEFA on whoever they decide to pick as the ref. That won't change anything about us. We still just focus on the game in hand, not too much about what refs we've been given or this and that. So for us, it won't make any difference.
As for matters on the pitch, Shaw has declared himself ready to start against the Dutch. You can hear whether he does or not live on Wednesday here on TalkSport. Millwall have signed Macaulay Longstaff from Notts County. It's been quite the rise for the 27-year-old who's only made his EFL debut last year. And UK Sports says it expects Team GB to win between 50 and 70 medals at this summer's Paris Games. That follows winning 64 at Tokyo 2020 and 67 in Rio 4 years before that. You can hear every single jump, throw and stroke of the Olympics across the TalkSport network.
TalkSport News.
A planning revolution, that's the promise from the new Chancellor as she's laid out Labour's plans to grow the economy, and Joe Biden's told his party it's time to stop the speculation about whether he's staying in the presidential race.
TalkSport weather with QuickFit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're always there when you need us. Quick Fit. Drive away happy every time.
Outbreaks of rain heavy at times, continuing to move northwards.
Talk Sport.
The most hotly contested European football tournament, driven by the passion and prowess of the world's biggest sports radio station.
Draw Kickoff
With Adrian Durham and Stuart Pearce
on Talk Sport.
Crank it up.
It's semi-final time and England are still here with us in Germany. So live on TalkSport tonight, we've got 3 hours looking at the two semis. We'll discuss free kicks, Ivan Toney's penalties, Jordan Pickford, and we'll hear from Luke Shaw and Phil Foden. There's another Stuart Pearce music quiz coming up as well, and loads more. It's Euro Game Day live on TalkSport.
The prospect of European glory, dreams being made, tantalisingly close.
We're just visualizing the game ahead of us.
We always want to win. We came here to win.
We need to fight first to win the semi-final.
And we're still fighting, so we're in another semi-final. We don't want the story to end there.
And it comes in, it's in! Spain have surely won it! Miguel Merino in the 119th minute of the game!
Another twist in this incredible game.
This win, Spain will believe, could be the one that will propel them to glory. Theo Hernandez, one kick to send France into the semi-finals! 5 perfect penalties!
I'm so passionate about the national team.
Every twist, every turn coming your way. Gakpo is good, Flying Dutchman! He's got another, and the Dutch have turned it around! Been here before, Trent Alexander-Arnold against Sommer. Not this time! Not this time! England win on penalties! 5 sensational, crisp penalties!
Good evening, welcome to Dusseldorf. If you want to check us out, we are live on YouTube, on the TalkSport YouTube channel. Just head there, subscribe while you're there as well. I'm Adrian Durham, and with me tonight, the England legend that is Stuart Pearce. You right, Stu?
I'm on top form, my friend. Yes, fed and watered and quite content.
And our TalkSport England commentator Jim Proudfoot is with us as well. How was your Chinese, all right?
Very nice, yeah. I probably should have stuck at 7 courses rather than gone for more than.
Feels like 10 courses, probably looks like 10 courses, but I don't care. It was fantastic. It is semi-final week, and England somehow are still here. It's France-Spain tomorrow night. We've got that live on TalkSport, of course. Then we'll be in Dortmund for England's and their semi-final against the Netherlands. But I don't know, Stuart, are you amazed, surprised, but happy that England are in the semi-finals?
All of the above, really. Not amazed. We've not been fluent. We've managed to get there, but at this stage, 4 teams are there, and only one of them probably have put down their credentials to win it, and that's Spain. As yet, the other 3 are thumbing round for a bit of form, I think.
I think the interesting thing is, from the French press conference tonight, TalkSport's commentator for the game tonight, Joe Shannon, was there, and he messaged me saying that Didier Deschamps is being asked exactly the same questions as Gareth Southgate. So the French are being hammered back home as well. They're in the semi-finals. They were like, Didier Deschamps, Adrien Rabiot was on the press conference as well. They were kind of laughing it off. But it's the same thing being levelled at both England and France.
Well, we went to the France-Belgium game, and Emmanuel Petit was part of the commentary team, and it was interesting that obviously he knows Deschamps, having played with him, and he was extremely critical of the way that the French were set up. And yet the final whistle went, and you saw Deschamps' face, and he was beaming from ear to ear. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. All it is about getting the job done, winning games, getting the results, and still being it. He will look at it in the same way, I'm sure, that Gareth Southgate does. 24 teams started this competition. There are 20 that would love to be in the semi-finals. There are probably, realistically, from England's point of view, there are 2 of the other 3 that are left in would want to be where England are playing against the Dutch. So, you know, the position is very good. It's good for England, it's good for France, and it's good being that far whilst knowing that there is more in the tank.
One more from you, Jim, for now. In terms of rankings, you often talk in commentary about the Elo rankings.
Yes.
just give us a brief explanation of that. And I think I'm right in saying that England, of the 4 teams, are ranked lowest.
That's correct.
Right.
Okay, so the FIFA World Rankings everybody knows. My reservation with the FIFA World Rankings is they only change every month, and the changes are very slight. I don't think that they offer a fair reflection, really, of the best 10, 20, 50 teams in the world. So the ELO ratings are done match by match and reflect the quality of opposition that you've played, the competition, home advantage, and which FIFA do as well to a greater or lesser extent. But it's done in the same way. It was set up for chess. The ELO ratings were, Mr. ELO was a Hungarian mathematician, and he wanted to rank chess players. That was the derivation of it. But it has always seemed to me to be much more accurate, and Spain are an illustration of that at the moment. In the ELO ratings, they are seen as being the second best team in the world, behind Argentina. FIFA World Rankings, they're only 8th. Now, I'm not having that. I just don't think that that is accurate. So that's why I often talk about ELO ratings, and I know that you guys, just as soon as I mention it, you just, oh, he's off again, switch off. Just ignore it. We'll come back 30 seconds and start talking about something that we're interested in. But that's the theory behind it. So I think that it's a more accurate system, and the 4 teams left in it are ranked 2nd and 3rd, Spain 2nd, France 3rd in the world at the moment. The Dutch have actually gone above England within the course of this tournament. So the Dutch are 7th in the world, and England are 8th. In the FIFA list, England are 5th. But England are seen as the weakest of the 4 teams within the ELO ratings.
Yeah, I think it's important to get that explanation out there, because you do refer to them in commentary. Yeah. We'll refer to them later on tonight. And it's also important, Stuart, because it shows that despite the fact that, as we've been hearing throughout the tournament, with the bookies back home, England are favourites. That's a lot of emotional money, sentimental money being put on England. The reality is